All right. Now, we got 2 games left. And so far, the 49ers Eagles has been a coin flip, Bills Jags, Packers Bears, and yeah, so all but one of the games so far have been complete coin flips. Are you ready for another one? Are you ready for another coin flip, Dan? Because I think this game is also a coin flip, and that's going to be the Chargers at the Patriots. Now, we have a 2-seeded Patriots team at 14-3 taking on an 11-6 Chargers team that a lot of people like me wrote off when their left tackle and Rashawn Slater and Joe Alt, both had season-ending injuries. Slater at the before the season even started. I wrote them off. I didn't want to get attached to a team because I knew their potential, but it was like it's just not going to be that year. It's like the Packers with Micah. It's just not your year if you lose like a top 5 player on your team. Or 2 top 10 ones, right? But this Chargers team, the reason we would say that is because we saw what happened last year in the playoffs with their offensive line. Herbert getting swarmed. It looked terrible, right? So that was kind of the concern that, even if they make the playoffs, nobody's going to be able to, or they won't be able to score on anyone. Everyone's going to have a pass rush and a good defense. Well, this Patriots team, they do have a pretty decent defense on paper. It's nothing crazy, but it's upper third. It's in like the lower ranks of the upper third of the NFL, so probably like close to top 10, right? But it's got a thing with talent that I will say they don't have those elite like pass rushers that they can like kind of get after like and expose this Chargers weakness. Like the Giants beat the Chargers. Milton Williams is an interior guy. That's one guy you can double team. You have Harold Landry as kind of like your number one guy who they've gotten like production out of, but like if I'm sure the Chargers linemen are well coached too. They're just not very good. You know what I mean? Because they're backups. And with like Harold Landry, it's like, well, like, you're obviously not this elite edge rusher or anything. And, I just think that's like a bottom like unit of pass rush in the league, and it's kind of an odd advantage for the Chargers that you wouldn't really think that it might like mitigate the fact that their offensive line is so bad, right? That basically the Patriots their pass rush might not be able to expose that, but on the other side, the Chargers have this really, really well-coached defense by Jesse Minter, who could be a head coaching candidate. And he's going to be going up against this Patriots offense that has just been led by Drake Maye in the MVP conversation in year 2. Everyone loves him, justifiably so. He's a great guy and very, very easy to, kind of admire what he's accomplished and all the talent he's got. And, him kind of taking this historic franchise and giving it a jolt of life that they were maybe not expecting so soon. So that sounded a lot more exciting than the Chargers, right? Well, yeah, the Patriots are the 2 seed. They're 14-3, and the Chargers are 11-6, like I said. So where exactly am I going with this? Well, it's time. It's finally time for the strength of schedule theory to start getting tested. I've been saying for a while I think this Chargers team's fraudulent. They're doomed to collapse. I don't know when, if it'll be wild card or divisional, but it's gonna happen. It could happen here, but I could also see them winning this game. Why do I have faith for them to beat the Patriots? Because the Patriots might not be able to expose their greatest weakness. Justin Herbert, that means he'll be able to play on his game. He has far more experience than Drake Maye in any of this stuff, playoffs or regular season. He's obviously a better quarterback right now. I think if he was on the Patriots, we would see the same thing minimum. And they're going to be able to score some points, I think, on offense. I don't think a lot. I think both teams will be running the ball. But I think, that means if they run the ball and play defense, this game will be really, really close. They won't, be stopping the clock and adding possessions to the game. So I think there's reason to believe the Chargers will win this game. ESPN has them favored 54 to 45 or 46. And DraftKings has the Patriots as 3.5-point favorites. It's pretty decent. Dan, the Patriots are favored by 3.5. After everything I've just said, does it change your mind at all? And who do you think is going to win this game?
I mean, for me, I still believe in Drake Maye. You know what I'm saying? And I believe that he's able to. First of all, like there's two
And Mike
aspects I'm looking
Vrabel,
at. One,
I forgot Mike Vrabel. I'm sorry,
yeah, and
forgot to say it.
Vrabel. There's that concept, the coaching on that aspect with the defense. I think Vrabel's experience is going to be able to have Herbert second guess, make mistakes, do all that kind of stuff in crucial moments. And in the playoffs, you can't do that. But we've seen Herbert do it in the past, and we'll see how that goes for him. What's it called? Going into this game, there's also the aspect I'm looking at it from. There's the MVP race. I don't think the NFL is going to allow, right, this MVP race to be kind of dictated and decided by week one of the playoffs. I think they're going to want a little bit more juice to see what does Drake May look like going into the divisional round, at least, right? Just get him there. That's basically
Right.
what I feel like is the goal for
Of
them.
course, our theory,
Um,
our
yes,
theory.
that's the theory. You know what I'm saying? Theory of the NFL scriptwriters. That's
Yeah.
my theory of it. But there's also the feeling of I think Drake May in going through his first year having such a shitty experience to going to now having the coaching and everything. I think and I feel that the Patriots are where the Chargers got to after the injuries. I feel like the Patriots have already been at that level since the beginning of the season. I know you said beforehand there's the strength of schedule of the Patriots. Very fraudulent. Are they going to be willing to show it? Are they going to be willing to prove it and everything like that? I trust the team that has been in the same position all year than the team that just got there and has been scraping by games. Trying to just put stuff together, really. And I also would say, too, like with this game, I feel like there's also um the aspect of Drake May has something to prove. Henderson has something to prove. One of their teammates just got arrested. Um, there's a lot of
A lot of stuff going on.
animosity
There is. I will say this: there's distractions in that team right now that were not there. A
that were
few
not
weeks
there.
ago.
So I feel like there's a lot of animosity in the team that I can't lie to you. Like if they don't win this game, I'm very fearful what they look like next year. And I'm
Com-
talking about like a regression in their
Commanders.
production and the Patriots and how they play and how they are and everything. Not saying Drake May's a bad quarterback. I think he still thinks he's fantastic, but I think the distractions that were there will cause more problems than people
Anticipate.
um will be. Yeah, not just this game, but going forward as well. So, but I still believe in the Patriots. I still think that they'll be able to overcome the issue that has occurred. And with that being said, I believe the Patriots are going to come out of this 21-17.
21-17. I just noticed we have some people in the chat who left some messages. I'm just gonna respond real quick because it's playoff time, and someone said, "Hey, just so no one is watching, I might as well pop in." Hey, I appreciate that. Maybe this guy isn't even still here. That would be funny. It does say two, and one of them is me, so it's gotta be just one guy. But I see three different messages. Packers all the way said schedule merchants. I'm pretty sure he's talking about either the Bears, right, or he's talking about the Patriots right now. He might not be here. Anyway, but yeah, I just wanted to acknowledge the chat messages, and yeah, I thought really, really hard about this Chargers Patriots game. I thought for a second I was gonna pick the Chargers. I could not do it, man. I just can't because that offensive line thing. They might not be able to expose it the whole game and force 4 interceptions out of Justin Herbert. But if it's a sack, fumble, or just one or two, right? Mike Vrabel's able to have a really, really good game plan. It is Jim Harbaugh on the other side, so it's kind of
Exactly.
and he's very like emotional
He's
right
good at
now.
adjusting.
I'm trying to say like the things beyond football. His brother just got fired. You don't think he wants to go out and win one for his brother, and that he's going to be dialed? I think he's going to be dialed. I think this game is going to be close as hell. And I think it's going to be, both teams running the ball, trying not to put themselves in compromising situations, forcing both offenses to play, full drives against both of these defenses that are really meant to be the units that end up winning this game. And all of that being said, like I said, I still think the Patriots are going to win, despite what I say about the schedule and all that sort of stuff. I do think they're in a better spot than this Chargers team, mostly due to momentum, the coaching with Vrabel, Drake Maye, all the hope we have with him, Travion. Hampton's been banged up, so it's like, this Chargers team, it's like, how far are you going to be able to go with all these injuries? You know what I mean? Like, it just kind of feels like last year, but if not, it might even be worse. Yeah. So that's my take. And did I give a score prediction?
I don't believe so.
I don't think so. I didn't think so. I think that the Patriots are going to win this game 21-20. Very low scoring. It's in Foxborough. That was kind of the decider for me. I think them being home is going to help them in this game a lot. Something I've completely failed to mention throughout this entire podcast: Western teams traveling to the East. They have a really hard time, and the Chargers are going to be going all the way to Boston. So, it's not it's not a good situation for them. Other teams that are doing that: 49ers are traveling to the Eagles. Bills are going to Jacksonville. That's both on the East Coast. Packers, Bears, both Midwest. But then you have the Rams. We were talking about the conditions and it being home. They got to go all the way to Carolina, all the way to the other side, man. So that is something to pay attention to. I wish I brought that up sooner. But hey, we have it. We have brought it up now.